Slick, my man, have you decided? The bullet hole in the door, it's a conversation piece. At .38 caliber. There was a big write-up in the paper about 6 months ago, pictures and all. Now, look, man, the car's a celebrity. Ran out of gas during the chase. I'll throw in a full tank of gas. Cash on the barrelhead, you got a deal.
Leon?
Look, I'll see you Friday with the green stuff. Lori, what are you doing here?
I saw your light. Tonight was my first night at school.
Are you all right?
It was terrible. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know it was really like that.
Look, sit down.
Never seen anything like it. It was unreal.
Welcome to the real world, Lori Martin.
How was it?
Your usual. Good.
Not the kiss, your first night of school.
Okay.
I can't believe I fell asleep before you came in.
You needed it. Hey, what do you want for breakfast?
It's already in the microwave. Did you have any trouble?
A little. I was late because of a traffic jam on the interstate.
You know what I mean.
I was just observing Mr. Melman last night. I wonder how Nancy's feeling this morning.
The pain medication should help. Do you like the kids?
I don't even know them yet.
Do they like you?
They seem to. Can Nancy have visitors?
When she's not sedated. How many are in your class?
8. Isn't it ironic that Miriam left the hospital the day that Nancy was admitted?
Think what would have happened if they would have been roommates. Only 8?
Smaller classes are better for students in remedial courses. I can't believe Nancy's paralyzed.
I know.
And you don't know if it's permanent.
The spinal column is very delicate and often unpredictable. She needs our prayers.
Would you call me when you find out how she is?
Why don't we have lunch? We can talk about Nancy and school.
I'm meeting Mary Ann for lunch. I can't.
Well, I'm going to be tied up the rest of the day. I won't see you until after your class tonight.
I'll miss you.
Are you sure you want to go back?
Why wouldn't I?
Now, I'm going to press along here. You tell me when you don't feel pain.
Okay. Yes, there, starting there.
Okay. Okay, that's all for today.
Are you sure that I haven't broken or dislocated something?
Not according to the x-rays. Now, you've obviously damaged the soft tissues. Muscles, ligaments, spinal cord.
Well, doctor, can I have something for the pain?
Nurse.
Are you sure you're not keeping something from me?
Not at all. Spinal injuries are often difficult to diagnose.
Well, you know, my legs, I can't move them.
We think it's spinal trauma syndrome. Other tests will be completed soon. In the meantime, I prescribe something for the pain, a muscle relaxer and a sedative. I have a few questions about the accident itself. It may help in determining the cause of the injury.
Well, I fell down the stairs.
How many steps?
About 8 or 10. I was carrying 2 suitcases. I guess I must have tripped.
Did you fall on your posterior side, or did you go head first?
Well, forward. I must have gotten tangled up in the suitcases. I don't know. It happened so fast.
Sounds like a lot of twists and turns.
Yeah, my whole body is sore, but it's nothing compared to my back.
Do you have any pain in your legs?
No, they don't hurt, but I just can't move them.
Just relax.
Well, doctor, they will heal, won't they?
Healing takes time.
But it's not permanent. I will walk again, right?
We'll do everything we can.
I will walk again, won't I?
Dina!
Hello, Mrs. Davidson.
Oh, Terry, please, come on in, sit down.
Thank you.
You did an excellent job getting Miriam released.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm very impressed if you've already completed the paperwork on selling Mother's house.
Oh, sorry to disappoint you, but there's been a complication concerning the deed.
Oh?
It's possible that you only own half the house instead of all the house.
Well, I don't understand. Mother left the house to me in her will.
Your mother only owned half the house. Therefore, she can only leave you half the house.
There must be some mistake.
When your father died, his will specified that upon his death, his half would be transferred to someone other than your mother.
Joint ownership?
Yes. Evidently, the person could not be located then, so the issue was forgotten until now.
Mother never mentioned it. I was in college when Dad died, and Nancy was... It's Nancy, isn't it?
Your sister. I saw in your file where she recently tried to sue you, and something about a forged will.
After all we went through, the house was half Nancy's all the time.
Dad, we've got a problem.
Terrific. That's just what I need.
The wallpaper that Mrs. Davidson ordered for the student lounge has been discontinued.
I thought it was something serious.
Well, Dad, do you know how long an order that size takes?
Well, then order something else. That's the best we can do.
The paperwork has to go in the mail today.
So?
Dad, why don't you do me a favor? My schedule is already tight as it is. Just take these samples over to Terry and...
No. Ask
What?
her to come by here.
Dad, I already called her. She's busy.
Yeah, I'll bet she is.
Dad, is something wrong?
Why do you ask that?
Well, it has something to do with the tone of your voice, and your nose always gets red when you're upset.
It does.
Is it Terry?
Well, you could say we had a small misunderstanding.
Dad, what does this have to do with wallpaper? Wallpaper is nothing to fight about.
And it had nothing to do with wallpaper.
Oh, was it your fault then?
Oh, no. Well, yeah, she just doesn't want to see me anymore.
Why? Did you make her mad?
Oh, last week at lunch, why, I misinterpreted some things. Sharon came by with some papers for me to sign, and Sharon said some things, and I thought Terry might take them the wrong way.
Dad, Sharon's such a pain in the...
Wait. Marianne, you know, you're right about that, but, well, Sharon let her know that we go out.
Yeah, I see.
After that, Terry didn't say 2 words, so I dropped by the house the following day to assure her that there was nothing to be jealous about.
Dad, you told her not to be jealous?
Yeah.
I can't believe you said that. No wonder she's mad.
Oh, she blew the whole thing out of proportion.
Dad, you have to apologize.
Me? Why me? She's the one that's mad.
Because someone has to make the first step.
Well, not gonna be me.
As a Christian, aren't you supposed to go the extra mile?
Just wanted to say hello. Say how sorry I am about what's happened to you.
I wondered if you'd come by.
Well, I dropped by last night, but you were sleeping.
Well, it's the only time I don't seem to have any pain is when I'm sleeping.
How are you feeling?
Well, whatever they gave me must work, and I feel real lightheaded.
Well, you're on strong medication.
Did you talk to Dr. Greeley?
Yes?
Then you know that I can't move my legs.
It's probably just temporary.
Well, he didn't sound very encouraging.
Well, you know how doctors are. They're always non-committal.
Yeah, but I don't want any of that medical mumbo-jumbo. I just want the truth.
They don't know yet. But I'm praying for you.
Yeah, thanks.
God answers prayers, Nancy.
Well, save your breath. I know why this has happened. God's angry at me.
No, Nancy.
Well, all my sins have finally caught up with me.
God wants you well, not sick.
Well, then why did he let this happen?
I don't know, but something good is going to come out of it.
What good could possibly come out of being crippled for life?
Who says you're going to be?
Well, who says I'm not?
Could have been worse.
Oh, yeah, right. I could have broken my neck and be quadriplegic.
God spared your life, Nancy.
Why? He should have just let me die. I mean, if I can't walk, then I might as well
All right,
be...
don't say it. Don't even think it.
Well, why should you care? I mean, after everything I've done to you, you should want me dead.
I've never liked the things you've done, but I've always loved you.
Yeah, I know that. And I've always resented you. I can't understand it, but I've always just been the way I am.
At least you're beginning to recognize it. That's good.
Terry, I'm sorry for everything. Could you forgive me?
Sorry I'm late.
You look a bundle of nerves.
I've been busy all day, and just when I'm leaving the office, Gil needs a ride.
Something wrong with his car?
Yeah, him. His driver's license was suspended for 3 months.
Why?
Oh, let's see. Reckless driving, drinking, speeding.
He's fast, all right. I ordered us both a chef salad.
Thanks. That'll save some time. I hate to eat and run, but I have a 1:30 appointment with a customer.
Always this busy?
It's fun.
I wish I could say the same.
It didn't go well?
When I walked into the classroom, it was like I was wearing a bikini. Whistles, cat calls.
Well, that's what you get for being cute.
No, that's what I get for being female. One guy pinched me as I was collecting papers. Another one slipped me a note.
What do they look like?
Students. And I'm the new teacher. The last one burned out. I'm worried, Marianne.
Does Ben know?
I'm hoping it'll get better.
Well, I know. Put your hair in a bun, get some horn-rimmed glasses, wear army boots to class.
In Chesterfield, that's considered chic.
Well, speaking of army boots, did you know that my mom and your dad had a fight?
You mean my mom and your dad?
Them too.
Wait a minute. Just tell me what the fight was about.
Well, my father told your mother that she shouldn't be jealous over this woman in the office.
Jealous? You're kidding.
I know, that's what I said.
I know Mom values his friendship.
And Dad hers, but I think his pride is keeping him from talking about it.
Then we'll just have to do something to help them along.
Yeah. So why don't you think of something?
Me? Why me?
Well, you're the one who brought it up.
Marianne, what does the Army have to do with all this?
Well, we were talking about army boots, which are worn in boot camp, and everyone knows that soldiers go there to learn to fight.
All right, already. I'm sorry I asked.
And on the second page, same place.
Don't you believe in carbons?
Hey, come on, Charles. Exercise will do you good.
I've had my quota of exercise lately, thank you, and I don't mean pushing a pen.
Yeah, well, maybe now that Nancy's in the hospital, you can get some rest.
I was referring to my trips to the hospital, first Miriam and then Nancy.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of flowers she likes.
Don't you even think about
it. I'm only kidding. Besides, Nancy will be back on her feet in no time flat.
Well, I talked to Dr. Greeley before lunch. He's not so sure.
Well, I don't wish anything permanent on her. Just a little pain and suffering. How'd it happen anyway?
Well, she was in too much pain to go into too many details, but she simply fell downstairs carrying suitcases.
What luck. Just after you came to your senses and told her to get out, wasn't it?
Yes, and I feel partially responsible.
Well, you didn't push her.
Don't be absurd. But she wouldn't have been carrying the suitcases if I hadn't ordered her to leave. Come to think of it, if we hadn't argued in the first place, which came about as a result of a scene that your so-called date caused at the Greenbrier...
Don't blame this on Babs now. Nancy was the one... got sauced.
I'm blaming you for bringing a woman like that into the restaurant.
Oh, Charles.
Oh, that must be Mem. Come in.
Daddy? Oh, Mr. Webster. Hi.
Oh, call me Harold.
You like it?
Oh, Mem, you're just beautiful.
Thank you. It's been a long time since I felt pretty.
Nobody should feel that good.
You know, I just never thought I'd see you look like this again.
Well, I've changed on the inside, too. It's good to be alive, to be free.
Well, how do you like where you're living?
Oh, I love it. And the house on the inside is just beautiful. And Mama, that's Eileen Redland. She's such a nice lady and a great cook, too.
Mm-hmm. Soul food.
Don't knock it if you haven't tried it.
Well, you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Where y'all going?
That is none of your business.
Well, we're going to see Nancy.
Close your mouth, Harold.
Oh, I can't believe that. After everything she's done?
Oh, Life is too precious to waste on negative feelings. Besides, Nancy's not all bad.
You see, Harold, some people can forgive and forget.
I was in the hospital, and I know what it's like to be there without friends.
Shall we go?
Oh,
By the way, I think that Nancy would enjoy a visit from you, too.
Oh, sure. Yeah, maybe she can use a good lawyer to handle a lawsuit against you. I mean, after all, it did happen on your property.
You have a cold heart, Harold.
Daddy, I'll be there in a minute.
All right, I'll bring the car around.
Do you have any news about my mother?
Oh, no. I'm still working on it. Forgive and forget?
Daddy said that, not me.
This is very unusual. Conflicting wills, so many years apart.
I found Alf Lindsay's will in our archives after I saw the note attached to the deed.
Well, I am appalled at this sloppy legal work done by Mickey Ditwilder.
I talked to Mitch by phone yesterday. Mickey was his old law partner who drank himself to death.
Well, why didn't Mitch handle this himself at the death of Mrs. Lindsay?
Mr. Lindsay preferred to use Mickey rather than Mitch, probably drinking partners. Mitch simply didn't know of the will.
Not even at the death of Mr. Lindsay?
What can I say, Your Honor? That was 12 years ago.
Has Nancy Lawson been advised of these recent developments?
No, Your Honor, but one thing puzzles me. Why would a man leave his portion of the house to only one daughter?
To ensure that both daughters inherited equally. You see, Nancy was an illegitimate child. Nancy's mother abandoned her, and Nora raised her.
How do you know?
Terry confided it to me during the last controversy over the will.
Smart. He provided for Nancy because he knew Nora wouldn't.
If only Mr. Lindsay had been smart enough to use Mitch to handle his legal problems, we wouldn't have this situation now.
How will you rule?
There are many legalities to consider, but I want Nancy Lawson advised.
Nancy,
Oh, Charles, I thought you were the nurse.
do you want me to get her?
No, please stay.
But do you feel up to a visit?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, you don't know how it hurts me to see you like this. I feel so helpless.
Charles, I'm such a problem for you.
No, you're not a problem. Now tell me, how did it happen?
Well, after I spoke to you on the phone, I went and I got the luggage and I tried to go down the stairs.
Everything's all right. Everything's all right. It's all right now.
But you wanted me to leave, didn't you?
We just had an argument, that's all. See, look, I brought you some flowers, and I have a surprise for you.
Flowers? What a surprise. You mean you still care, Charles?
Of course.
Here he is.
Nancy?
This was the surprise I mentioned.
Nancy, I don't know what to say, except I am truly sorry.
You heard about my legs.
Don't give up.
No, Nim's right.
How can I give up hope when there is no hope to give?
But Nancy, look how hopeless I was, and people are praying for you.
But it's no use. I know why this is happening. It's all my sins have finally caught up with me. Everything I did to Terry, and I haven't been very good to you.
We all have regrets. But don't feel that you're being punished.
But I am.
No, Nancy. You just had an accident, that's all.
Charles, I may never walk again. Never.
I can't take this.
A good cry sometimes helps.
Yeah, well, no matter how much I cry, my legs are still paralyzed.
Well, a mind can be paralyzed too, you know, with drugs, fear, self-doubt, and hate.
Yeah, but you got better.
Well, I was surrounded by a lot of good people here in the hospital.
Well, I knew that was all you needed, was good professional help.
I'm talking about friends, Nancy.
Friends?
Mm-hmm. True friends.
Oh, the pain.
Now, I'm really glad that we have this time alone because I have something important to tell you.
Miriam, look, can it wait?
Nancy, I remember you giving me the pills and those little words of encouragement.
Miriam, I was just trying to help you.
Oh, don't worry, Nancy. I won't tell. Not unless I have to. I'll be seeing you, Nancy.